What up YouTube, it's your boy Ryder back at you in another video, and today we are going to talk about a cooling issue. I never did a video on this, but I did replace the stock transmission oil cooler last summer, and did see a big drop in temperature, especially when towing. See, she's a thick girl. She's a little bigger than the like width and length than the stock cooler, but the issue is where it sits. Let's look at this truck level. You can see it sits below the bumper. So you got a little hole here and a little hole here that it gets its airflow from. Not good, especially today when it was 115 degrees out. One of the hotter temperatures I've driven the truck in. And temperatures were hitting 200 degrees for the transmission, which is higher than I get when I'm pulling my 11,000 pound trailer. So my idea is, the way it mounts, where the cooler attaches here and here, I can remove this bracket and flip this up 180 degrees. And you can see from where it sits there, a lot more of the cooler is gonna be sitting right here. So first thing I'm gonna do is pop these off. It's got these little pins here. And once I pop that in, I can pull the hose out and hopefully without messing up any of the O-rings and try to catch most of the fluid. So I'll get it on the driveway. Earlier today, I replaced the fuel filter head right here. It was leaking. I have the old one sitting here. When it gets really hot out, something it does is this little gasket right in here for the priming pump oozes fuel out. Oh, there's still fuel in this, great. Wipe that up. And anytime I shut the truck off, it starts to suck in air from somewhere. I'm guessing from that gasket there. And I have to prime this. And I gotta like really prime it. It's a pain in the butt, especially when you don't have a lift pump yet. Hopefully I'll get one of those soon and I can just delete this whole thing. But pretty easy fix. Two 12mm bolts that hold it back here and right there. Two electrical connections, one on the top, one on the bottom for the water fuel separator, and then the two clamp-on clips that go here, and I replace those with hose clamps because those clips, they're a pain in the butt. But no more issues now. Good seal. So that's popped out, but it backs right into the frame there. I have to pop the other one out and finagle this one out, or I could loosen this up and push this back a little bit to get this out. I don't want to bend things too much. I'm gonna take a look at the fluid here. The bit that I did catch. Doesn't look too bad. It's not red anymore, it's orange, but it's not black. And it smells like transmission fluid, doesn't smell burnt up. So I said it's pretty good for, you know, a year of heavy towing with it. All new fluid I put in there. This is a diesel, just in case I put the wrong part on there. So I'm gonna pop this one off now. And I'm probably gonna disconnect it so I can get it out and try to collect as much fluid as I can. So it's kind of a tight fit down there. So I went ahead and took off the mounting brackets. I go right here on either side, and the big long bracket that goes across, which I think we're gonna have the issue with. If we flip it over, it sits like that. It's got this lip right here, but it's aluminum, so it should be easy to cut some of that out if we need to. I'm wondering why there's a threaded insert here, along with these two spots. When I first got this, it came with this new bracket as well. I'm not sure where it goes because it doesn't seem to really line up evenly anywhere on here other than on the actual mounting brackets. I'm not sure what this is for. But I'm gonna pull this out now that it's nice and free. It's got room to move around. and we don't spill any fluid all over the floor. So here's an issue. This doesn't come out far enough this way, because when I flipped this, it moved it from being close like this to being much farther away. The brackets aren't going to hook up. How about flipping this around, make the bracket stick out the other way, but that only gives it like another 1/8 of an inch that sticks out. I'm still going to flip this around, this bracket. I'm going to flip it so these face inward. I'm going to have to cut some off with some pin snips so it fits around this bracket. And then I have some flat aluminum bar that I will make brackets similar to these, just a little longer for the mounting holes. And when it comes to mounting, I'm going to have to come up on the side and mount it, and hopefully the things aren't in the way, and hopefully these reach up that high. I think they will. I think it's right about there. That's about as good as metal fabrication gets for me. This material is significantly thicker than the other brackets. You can see about a 1/16 inch thicker, which I think we need because essentially this is where that's going to go. And we need to bend it right here, out this way. This is the holes for the bottom of the radiator mount, or the transmission cooler. I'm going to clean these up with a file. I can do that. I can drill kind of pretty good holes. It's just all the drill press. And then this was a big piece that was that wide, much longer. I just cut it with the bandsaw right here, down the middle. It's almost a straight line. For me, on the bandsaw, it's pretty good. There you have them. Almost 90 degrees too. I did anneal it because it being so thick, I was worried about it cracking. So I heated it up and dunked it in some water. Bent pretty easy, like easier than I thought it would, where I hit this one too hard and got a little bit of a banana shape in there. I'm gonna try to fix real quick, flatten that out. This one turned out a lot better. And let's see if you're gonna line up and all that. Okay, so it sits, you can see right there, it's gonna sit right there. But I think we went a little too far forward, but we don't have a whole lot of room where we could push it back. Maybe a 1/4 inch. Even then, I got the one in here. There's a bunch of metal and some plastic we have to cut out. I don't think that one's, yeah, one's not down on there yet. But I'm gonna cut a bunch of this out right here. And the metal part of the bumper down there. And the same with that. Pretty much where that hose is hitting right there, I gotta cut all that out. With hopefully the metal snips and not power tools, because we did run out of daylight. I don't know if you could tell or not. I'm gonna keep going, see where we get. Well, unfortunately, guys, we're getting power surges. I'm afraid we're gonna lose our power. Everyone's ACs are kicking on. So I got that to worry about. I'm gonna come out here early in the morning. I got some of this cut out, does not look good. I'm gonna clean this all up with a die grinder and a carbide burr. As far as the stuff down there that we need to cut out, where those red lines are, snips aren't gonna cut it. So I gotta go in there probably with the die grinder, which means I gotta like cover up these holes so we get shavings in there, those little clogged fins up. But there it is, sitting on the bracket. Oh, I'm also going to, this is a 3/8 inch hole. I'm gonna move it 3/8 inch that way. Drill another hole, connect the two so we can slide this back as far as it can. But that's how it's gonna sit, which is above the bumper, almost level. This will work a lot better for airflow compared to, I don't know how it was, where there was a little slot here and then a little slot here through the front bumper. But we'll come back to that in the morning. Good morning. It's a new day with new ideas that I slept on. Figured, let's get that mounted. Let's get the radiator mounted, and then we'll just trim as we need to put this bumper back on. And now I got all kinds of room that I could get in here to like trim this out and trim this out, and I could use like a cutting wheel now, or I mean, I can still use a die grinder, clean it up. But this thing was super easy to get out. It was 6 bolts and then the 2 fog lights, and then it come right off. Well, the issue is the front 90-degree bracket that goes up here, right about like that. That's snapped off on this side, and I mean, it's rusted. It's not a new brake. I think I might have bought the truck like that. So I am gonna order a new bracket, and it's easy to replace. It's 3 bolts. The other side was fine. It came off like it was supposed to. But now I'm gonna start trimming. No, I'm gonna mount it. Let's see how it looks. And again, I'm gonna move these holes back a little farther, like I said yesterday, and get this mounted, and then we'll start trimming and get it to fit. There it is, mounted. And we got this pushed back a little farther. The issue I'm having is this is kind of pulling the whole thing this way. See, it doesn't sit level up there. I can't push it back any farther. But it's good because it's not moving anywhere. It's from the tension from the lines. I think we got a little too much tension on this one here. So I popped the things back in with the clips, and I'm gonna run it, and just want to ensure we don't have any leaks before we go any further. These O-rings in the inside of here can get kind of sensitive. They're sissies. All right, ran for about 20 minutes. Added fluid to it because we lost about a quart that was, you know, in here. No leaks at all. And I have to cut a little less than I thought on the bumper here. Trying to mount it up there and see where it fits, but my other lines were off, which were these lines here, that little curve. So you need to cut a click slit here, little straight lines are. And same with this spot over here. Nothing else needs to get trimmed up on the plastic part there. And then get that cut out, slapped up on there, bolt it back down. And then I think the grill might be hitting here. That's sitting over there. So I might have to cut some of the grill out too, but we'll see here in a minute. And there you have it. Bumper's good and mounted, except for that part that's that 90 bracket that's broke down there. But it fits well. Nothing is touching. Looks like that little chunk of plastic I rip off. It doesn't look good. But nothing's touching back there. Got a bunch of metal. You can see that's a lot more airflow than the bottom 3 fins that we were getting through here and here. And that was just like the bottom 3 fins from like here over, and then from like here over. So a lot better airflow, except for in traffic. Because I think even with the fan kicks on, there's too much of a void right here for the fan to pull enough air through this. But when you're in traffic, you're not pushing too hard anyways. Now I gotta go onto the grill to see if we gotta cut any of that off. No further modifications needed. It does not touch anything as far as the grill goes. And I just think that looks much better. Just gotta pull in air under here, through here. A lot better airflow. And I thought I was gonna have to make brackets for the top because it was gonna be flimsy, but it's pretty solid with those thick ass brackets we made. If you're wondering what holds a Duramax grill in, it's yellow zip ties. They were black, but I've had this off so many times now we're down to yellow. I'm pretty sure there's like bolts or something. I know I got a big plastic piece that goes over all this. I don't know where I put it, but first time I take it off, I remembered this is all that was holding it together was zip ties. That's just the way I got it. I don't know what happened before I owned it. I was 2 years old when I bought it. So, well, that's it for this project. I think it was gonna be a lot easier, way less modification, but I was able to handle it. No big deal. It's not super, you know, redneck. Just some trimming, some brackets I had to make, and now I'm gonna go drive around, do some testing. It's freaking hot already. I think it's 105, and it is 10:15. So I'm gonna go drive around, see if we get some more reasonable temperatures, and I gotta go to the Walmart because I think that's the only place that has the transmission fluid for this type of vehicle. We'll add some transmission fluid. And the fuel head right there. Ooh, why is it soft? So usually the temperature keeps up with the engine, and we're actually doing pretty good. Transmission is about 10 degrees cooler than the engine. So it has made a difference. I'm going to go stop and fuel up and check the fluid level. I'm pretty sure we need about a quart, so we'll see when we check at the gas station here. All right, so driving around town, it's a different story. Stop and go. No really airflow going across that cooler. And you can see that's the engine temperature down the bottom left and the trans in the bottom right. And still, I mean, considering it's 112 degrees outside right now, I think we're doing pretty good for the 20 minutes I've been driving around here in the neighborhood. I'm happy with the results. I think on the highway it was doing really well. And most of my driving is on the highway. I'm comfortable with the results, and just a little disappointed how much work it really was to do it all. I think that's all I got for you. I'm gonna cut this video. Probably shouldn't be driving and, you know, recording at the same time. But thanks for watching, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time. I appreciate you watching.